HLC, got a new video out. Are you ready? Are you ready for some HLC? Let's go!
All right, the rest of Europe really has to help me out with some of these sanctioned vessels, man. I can't be doing all this stuff by myself, trying to help you guys from yourselves.
Don't waste your breath. We're not going to get any help from Europe. Especially those stinky Frenchmen. They're a bunch of cowards.
It's time to make you eat your words, Monsieur Trump. We have seized a Russian vessel from the Shadow Fleet. On top of that not being a piece of my Shadow Fleet, because that's made up. I don't know if you want to start this type of conflict there, France. The French have ruled and owned the seas since before your Bolshevik revolution.
I'm not sure how to feel here, because on one hand, you got Slavic special ed. On the other hand, the French. The traitorous French. And for those who get that quote, point for you. I don't know who I'm supposed to make fun of here. I legit don't know who I'm supposed to make fun of on this one. Do I make fun of Slavic special ed or the traitorous French? You both suck. Slavic special ed, you fucking morons. The Shadows Fleet really does exist, and you're just butthurt because your boats keep getting picked off one by one, and you can't actually have the bragging rights of, don't touch the boats. You can't say that because everybody touches your boats. France? You firebombed your own parliament not long ago. Your country's economy is in shambles. You have a massive illegal immigration problem that is full of scammers ripping people off left and right. You are no fucking prize either, France. You both suck.
We will not back down from a tyrant, who has hard to say.
Oh shit, red alert. Fucking France found their balls. Where were they, France? I bet Poland had them.
Buff,
Yo.
you can have them check Thailand. I don't mess with ladyboys.
Oh, every day you're more little European Texas. He just called France a twink.
Are you going to talk about it? Kind of have a don't ask, don't tell with France. You know, what they do with their chopped off parts is their fault, is their thing. No. The shooting in Minneapolis.
Oh,
there we
shit.
go.
Get ready for a monologue.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I knew this was coming. I was hoping he'd gloss over it.
Realistically, this is so much easier when you can blame it on their race.
Buff, stop it. And the thing is, people don't want my opinion. They want to hear their opinion through my platform.
Yes.
I
Yes and no. I will both agree. I will both agree and disagree with HLC on this one. There are some people that do want to hear their opinion through his platform because HLC is known for doing, you know, the basically, HLC is known as. So you have some segment of the population that's going, yeah, like stand by ICE and what they're doing, and they're gonna want to say that he fucked around and that Alex fucked around and found out. There's some that are gonna want to hear HLC say that, and then there are other people that also want HLC to say that so they can dog on him. There's that other half of the equation that wants HLC to say something like that so they can go, oh yeah, you're just, you know, you're part of the fascists, you're support because, you know, HLC I think has kind of been supportive of Trump, so they're, you know, they want to be able to have him say something so he can say, yeah, you're a Trump worshiper and we fucking hate you and it's another reason to dogpile. It's like he's got no win on this one. He's legitimately got no win on this one, no matter how. And even if he does it, even if he puts out a moderate opinion, okay, even if he puts out a moderate opinion, it's still not going to be enough. Because the people that comment are going to basically still be saying like, oh, well, it's all about this, or it's all about that, or this actually happened, or this happened, and fuck this person, fuck that person. He's fucked if he does and fucked if he doesn't on this, unfortunately. And I don't envy him. Because he's got a much bigger platform than I do, and people actually listen to him. And I don't envy him having to try to navigate this. Like me, I say what I feel. I because I don't fucking care. I give my opinions. If you don't like it, feel free to kindly fuck off, and you don't need to announce it either. I'm not an airport. But that's me. I have a much smaller audience than he does, and he has a significant level of legitimacy, being former military and very knowledgeable about everything that he talks about. So I don't envy him on this. So whatever he says right now is, I'm guessing he's going to take a moderate opinion on it, where he's going to say it's very unfortunate, but it did happen, and things have got to cool off. And he's gonna try and stay moderate on it, I think, and that's just not going to be good enough for some people. And HLC knows, just like I know, it doesn't matter because it can't please everybody. You're never going to please everybody. Everybody's going to be pissed off because that's all a lot of people know today is just how to be pissed off. They can never be happy. They're always looking for the next thing to piss them off. And that's it. So let's see what he says. I feel for him.
I can see the situation that happened in Minneapolis based on all the evidence that I've looked at and read. I can see it from both sides. Was he a licensed carrier of a weapon? Yes. Was he legally within his right to have that weapon on him? Also, yes.
Yes.
Now, DHS is also reporting that he didn't have ID on him, which would make the carrying of that handgun illegal, but all of that is a moot point.
Yeah. And by the way, to that point of DHS said he didn't have ID on him, I take everything that DHS said at the time that this occurred, I take that with a very significant grain of salt. DHS's statements when this initially occurred were horrible. DHS and the White House's their responses on social media were horrendous. Flat out. No ifs, ands, or buts. The way that they handled the press releases, communications on social media was dog shit. Absolute dog shit. It was fucking terrible. So in that respect, because, they reported that he approached, DHS in their social media posts reported that he approached them with a gun. Well, no, he didn't. He did not draw his firearm when he quote unquote approached ICE. Border Patrol. He didn't do that. That is objectively false. They made the statement that clearly he was there to slaughter or massacre ICE. There's absolutely no evidence to substantiate that statement at this point. So them saying he had no identification on him, I take that with a very significant grain of salt. Until we get the results of some kind of investigation, and we have the investigative disclosure to the public of what occurred, I take statements like that with a huge train of salt. And I will not take that at face value. There's a lot of shit that happened here that we were able to see a fair amount with the video footage, but there's still a lot in the details, in the minutia that we couldn't see and that we don't know. And all the shit that's come afterwards with people carrying water for him, people carrying water for ICE, all the manipulation going around with them doing AI, Photoshop fakes of the protester who was shot, and making, and putting it up on CNN and on social media when it's not actually him, and the AI fakes of the incident where a supposedly quote unquote real footage of showing that the Border Patrol person quote unquote executed him, which is being deemed as fake. The aftermath has been nothing but lies. Like from everybody trying to basically bolster their side. Nothing but lies from both sides to just bolster their own case. We've had fake photos. We've had, there's questioning about if video footage is fake. We don't know. We need to let the investigation play out. We have some information that we're aware of, but there is a lot of information, and especially the contextual details that we don't know about yet. And so we just need to wait, let the investigators do their job. The investigators will do their job, and hopefully, once the investigators have done their job, we will get a statement on what occurred. That's it.
Good point. So you don't think it was a murder? I think the situation is far more nuanced, for lack of a better.
That's one thing I can be certain of. I don't consider it a murder. That is one thing I can unequivocally say. This was not a murder. Murder implies that Border Patrol agent specifically took action because he sought the death of the protester for no reason other than like he hated him. Not that he acted in what he believed to be self-defense. That is one thing that I will say is I do not believe that it was murder. Is it possible that it was a bad shoot? That his actions didn't align with proper procedure, like he jumped the gun on procedure? Certainly possible. Could the agent who did the shooting be considered at fault and it was a bad shoot? Absolutely. But murder implies he specifically intended to kill him for malicious reasons, not as an act of self-defense. That I will say, I will say it was not murder. That's the one thing that I will say.
Better term than most people care to admit. I can disagree with the fact the individual was shot and they mag dumped him, while also disagreeing with the tactics used by ICE. But I can also absolutely see why the officer fired. If you have your hands on somebody and you're trying to get them to put their hands behind their back and it's not something that they're doing for whatever reason, they could be covering their face because they just got OC sprayed, they could be trying to brace their fall on the ground, whatever, and you hear several officers screaming gun and then you hear a gunshot. Look, there's something that happens, and I don't know about police force, but at least on the military side, no one wants to be the first person to pull that trigger. And that's because as soon as someone fires a shot, the only way, almost the entire 100% of the time, back to not firing weapons is through an act of extreme violence. I also think that it's important to look at smart choices and probability. Is it illegal to walk down the street in the middle of the night in a sketchy area without a cell phone and completely unarmed? Yeah. But is it a smart decision to do so? Not really.
Nope.
So you're trying to say he was not smart for exercising one of his rights given by the United States?
Okay. I have to ask. Like, obviously, HLC doing caricatures, I guess he's trying, like, I'm wondering if HLC is basically like playing the role of I'll call it devil's advocate, but it's not even really that. It's kind of like being Twitter asshole. I'm wondering like if he's just using beans on falafel as sort of a prop for that, or is there like people have there been like party members from the UK that have been saying this? Just trying to UK strays. Has there been any public statements by party that have been talking about this? You think it's just like he's just using UK as a prop for the other side that's been saying this kind of stuff? And it's not specifically related to the UK. That's what I'm trying to work out in my head. There has been. So maybe it's a combo platter of what party officials have been saying in the UK and also as a prop for what people in America have been saying on social media. Okay, that makes sense. And yeah, that's side tangent. I was just like wondering like if the UK party has actually been saying anything like this, in addition to Lake Tware.
I'm saying that I've carried a concealed weapon for over 10 years, and I've literally revealed it once. I have never even drawn it. And I did that just because someone was trying to run me off the road on my motorcycle. I just needed to keep myself safe, and they should have known that I was armed. I know when I carry a concealed weapon that if I interact with law enforcement, that automatically makes it a high-stress situation because they don't know me from Adam.
Yeah.
They don't know what I'm going to do with that firearm, even if I am carrying it legally. So I am overtly compliant. And if I have an issue with what the officer's doing, I know that I'm going to get much further in a courtroom than I ever am fighting with them on the side of the road.
Yes.
There are many people who have already made it their decision, and this part of the video isn't for them. This part of the video is just explaining that you can really see this from both sides, and you can still hate what happened on both sides. You can still disagree, even though he was well within his legal right to have that firearm on him, because it increases the probability of something bad happening. Okay? You don't have to like it. I don't like it. But when you go into a high-stress situation with a firearm, these are things that can happen. It sucks.
Yes.
Now, should ICE have been that aggressive when trying to put him on the ground? Probably not. Dude didn't seem like he was doing a whole lot of anything.
One thing I will point out that could possibly be a factor. Number one, he was being very uncompliant. Whether or not that justified the level of force used to put him on the ground in the first place, that could be argued. We don't have full context of what happened preceding this. That's where I'm going with it. There has been new footage that has come out that does appear to show this person being a significant agitator for ICE. New video showed where he was at another protest prior to this incident occurring, where he literally kicked an ICE vehicle as it was driving away so hard, the rear tail light popped out of its housing. So whether or not this information was relayed to the Border Patrol officers that's the questions. Were these the same Border Patrol officers that they dealt with him before? Was this information passed along to him? We don't know. That is a potential factor there, why they may have tried to take him down so aggressively. They did pepper spray him prior to bringing him to the ground. It's, again, a lot of factors involved that we don't have information on. We don't know how they correlate, and so on.
Now, when they told him to put his hands behind his back and he didn't, that led to escalation. So I can understand the decisions that they made. Basically, did he deserve to die? No.
No.
But I can completely understand why the officers fired. And I don't think that they'll face any kind of legal ramifications for doing so.
I still question mark that, because it will depend on what the investigation discloses. The gut feeling, chances are they are probably going to categorize it as a quote-unquote justified shooting due to the fact that one officer yelled gun, there was a firearm discharge, and reasonably speaking, the officers could have thought that this was the suspect that had engaged a firearm, and so they reacted defensively. Even then, it's the classic, what's the expression? Was it lawful shoot, unlawful outcome, or it was that the expression thank you. I could not find. Yeah, it was basically lawful but awful. I think that is what it's going to boil down to, is that this will become a lawful but awful situation.
You don't think any kind of training would have helped in this situation? I'm not a cop.
No, I think I can firmly say no. I don't think training would have helped in this situation. This is a situation. This was a situation where high stress and everything happened literally, and the entire event itself happened within the span of about 3 seconds. From the moment that you hear one of the agents yell gun to the suspect being deceased from gunfire was about 3 seconds. There are some things that training just can't prepare you for. Training is good. Being well trained is always good. You can't train for literally everything. You have the immediate high pressure situation, and then you have the high pressure situation that was surrounding them. Don't forget, they were surrounded on all sides by, effectively speaking, hostile rioters, screaming, honking, banging on stuff, blowing whistles. It would, and they have to, they've got that all around them. Plus, they have to contend with the suspect that they're trying to arrest, and then you throw in, basically, you spike the pressure with one officer making a call out of a gun. You can train all you want, but sometimes instincts just work. And in that situation, it was a
They
self-preservation
usually
instinct.
judge these things based on totality of circumstances to determine the outcome of the situation.
Exactly. And that's what I was referring to, Revan, by talking about them doing the investigation, looking at the contextual situation, the environmental situation. That's where the investigation is going to play the role. That's where the investigators need to do the job and make that determination.
I've never been law enforcement. I don't know what the right answer is. Could training have helped? Training will help in any situation. Good training. Now, if you're asking, should officers be required to verify 100% that they are being fired at before they can discharge their weapon? That's asking for more officers to be killed in the line of duty.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is. And I want everyone to come to their own individual decisions on it. And I would never question your decision based on the relevant information and the logic of which you used. I can question your logic just as much as you can question mine. But right now, there's no right answer here.
Yeah,
this whole situation is just fucked. The individual had an optic and an additional magazine, which meant that he was there to cause severe harm.
That's where I had the problem. That's one of the issues I had a problem. When DOJ, DHS, White House, he may not have the symbol for DHS. That's one of the issues there. Big issue. I had a big fucking problem with, it wasn't DOJ, but it was DHS, with that statement. I had a huge fucking problem. I think that was the dumbest fucking thing they could have ever said. And I think whoever they have running their social media accounts needs to be fired. They're DHS and White House. The White House also put out a duplicate response. Whoever they have running the social media accounts needs to be fucking fired, because that was a fucking horrible response. Absolutely fucking horrible. It was despicable.
Cash,
No,
I'm
not
going to be real
reprimanded,
with you.
fired.
That is a stupid and dangerous fucking take. Yeah, that's absolutely fucking retarded. Doesn't matter if the homeboy had a goddamn bazooka. The size, the loadout, the amount of ammunition that an individual has no fucking precedence on their ability or their legal right to carry a firearm. I mean, Duke could have had a fucking full auto machine gun if he had the SOTs and FFLs to fucking do it. Guess what? Ain't shit you can do about it.
Yeah, I agree. That was actually a really bad take from Kash Patel.
And you, beans on falafel.
Well, not even Kash Patel. Again, it wasn't just Kash Patel. It was multiple agencies that said this, and every fucking one of them that was stupidly retarded for doing it. They're fucking morons. The people in charge of their media, the agents or the personnel they have in charge of running the social media accounts should be fired. Not reprimanded, fucking fired. Get fucking rid of them. They need to stop, they need to start purging people out of these positions that want to act like they're Billy fucking badasses and act like they're fucking Twitch streamers when they're posting shit on their Twitter accounts, and actually start being fucking professional. Because so far, they're a lot of the people that are running the Twitter accounts for DOJ, DHS, White House, whatever, they act like a bunch of fucking try-hard 15-year-olds. The ones working these media accounts, get rid of them. Get someone on those social media accounts that can actually be a fucking professional. Because right now, I hate the people running their social media accounts. They act like a bunch of assholes. They aren't acting like basically the top tier law enforcement agencies or government agencies that they're supposed to represent. And I fucking hate it.
I agree. That was actually a really bad take from Cash Patel.
And you, beans on falafel, fucking don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Just made it legal to marry your first cousin.
Also true.
Goddamn sweet home London.
The final Israeli hostage has been returned and properly buried. We can start the healing process.
Oh, perfect timing. I was gonna bring up the Jews next.
No, Buff.
Of course.
You're right, the UK deserves more.
That's not what I said at all. Why are you going after the UK again?
Go.
Well, aside from them being a big whiny bitch, I really don't like the way they say I fucking hate that. God, we should just genocide their ass.
So charming, that one.
Sorry to break up you two lovebirds, but I want you all to know that my Board of Peace is the most prestigious, I might pronounce it that way, probably.
No, Canito, it's not based. Saying that you're gonna genocide the UK. That is not based. It is not. We can hate on what is happening in the UK all we want. It's not based to say that to call for a genocide. For fuck's sake. No.
Probably. Group of leaders in the world. And because of that, and the way that the Snow Mexicans are getting chummy with West Taiwan, I'm going to just revoke my invitation to you.
Good. I didn't want to be a part of your Board of Peace anyways.
Poor Frostback says what? What, America? Am I not allowed to make business deals? Prush, do you not like it when an adversarial nation is that close to you? Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen there, Ching Chong.
If you want to keep being...
Wait. Hasn't Trump allowed a... I thought I saw something about he's allowing a whole bunch of Chinese people to come in on specialized visas into the U.S. Am I wrong about that? Okay, King Sama, you might want to clarify that. I'm in East Canada. You saying it all like me? It's more Central Canada than East Canada. That's the problem these days. All right, let's be real. East and West Canada both pretty much fucking hate Central Canada at this point. That's good. That's a bit more accurate of a statement. Okay. Quebec is kind of more central. Quebec is more central. Like Montreal, Ontario, those are like more central than in East. Like East Canada, i.e. Atlantic Canada, is like Newfoundland, PEI, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. That's like East Canada. West Canada is you got Alberta, Northwest Territories, Victoria, which is not all that charming anyway. And then you've got like Central Canada, Saskatchewan, Ontario, Quebec. That's like, and yes, I'm skipping a couple provinces. Don't shoot me. But yeah, that's kind of what Central Canada is, not East Canada. East Canada and West Canada both think Central Canada is full of shit right now. That's basically what it boils down to.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen there, Ching Chong.
If you want to keep being a bully down there, just know that Canada can hold our own.
Didn't you guys just have a simulated war game? And you figured out that you would last mere days if we decided to take you? Days? Ah, shit, I thought it was gonna be hours. Would they stand up a few extra units?
Engine? No. 1,000% no. Gamer, I lived in Newfoundland. It's East Coast. It is the most
Trump
East
reversed
Coast
a
of the
decision
country.
to revoke 600K visas for Chinese students due to university's low enrollment.
That's what I was thinking of. Thank you. Yeah, so there you go. Talking about getting chummy with the Chinese. He reversed the decision to revoke 600K visas for students. I don't know about mini Greenland, but it's Newfoundland and Labrador is the most eastern province of Canada. Okay, basically when the sun rises, it rises on Newfoundland first, before any other place in North America.
That's all you ever do, America, is make your threats. You sent your carrier off my coast and what? Nothing. You just continue to make threats. And that's because you know the nation of Iran has hypersonic anti-ship missiles to be able to
For
take down your
fuck's sake,
carriers.
this again.
We made a simulation of it.
That weak sauce AI slop you fucking shared? Oh, it was terrible. It wasn't even close
Really?
to good. I'm pretty sure that video had a
haven't seen that.
Eurofighter Typhoon crashing into the flight deck of maybe a Nimitz class. It looked very strange.
I haven't seen that.
Touch the boats, punk ass.
Buff, we don't want war with these guys. We don't want war with anyone. We'd like for everyone to just be chill.
Nah, fuck that. That Iranian bearded lady Ayatollah bitch-made motherfucker is
Boy,
slaughtering
here
his
we
own
go.
fucking people, and we're just standing idly by. Let's go loud. Let's fuck this dude up. Go ahead, touch the boats. Fucking Japan learned 80 years ago. We thought you learned in the 80s with Operation Praying Mantis, but we're gonna do part 2.
Yep.
Fucking nuclear boogaloo, bitch.
Speaking of the nation of Japan, we have dissolved part of our parliament. So that way.
Wait, part? I thought she dissolved all of Parliament. What's this part shit? I thought that the Prime Minister of Japan literally like nuked all of Parliament. That they have to go through all elections. Was it only partial? Yes, Tanito, she can. Oh, it's an annual event prior. Oh, okay.
We can be more useful and efficient at things.
Concerning. Nah, I'm sure that's not indicative of anything. We're cool with those guys now. Now back to the motherfuckers in the Middle East.
Okay. I mean, they're 100% cool in Japan because fucking Japan, their prime minister used to be a drummer in a metal band. We fucking love Japan right now.
Talk and say your words. Nothing is going to happen.
Keep that energy when I turn your palace into a parking lot, okay, fucko? Oh, big, strong America doesn't even have hypersonics or 6th-gen aircraft like the great China.
Oh,
For fuck's
yeah,
sake.
yeah, you still think that. Okay. What was that?
What was what?
Obviously, that was a jet engine flying by. That's not an identified aircraft over Area 51. What are you testing, America?
Oh.
Stuff. Someone arrest that photographer. Dibs.
Uh-oh.
Come on, kid. You can't just call dibs on an unknown aircraft. There's got to be a whole testing process, and then eventually they call you up. That's what I'd say, too, if I was no longer on top. Here's the deal. To get to where I am, I had to meet you. He wants to be the best. He's got to take me on. Stop it. It's nothing. It's help me out here. Time to break out, Old Faithful. It's a weather
Boy.
balloon. And the reason it sounds like that is because there was a pocket of hot swamp gas that got up into the atmosphere and was lit ablaze by the sun's rays.
Oh my god! Did he just pull out the Men in Black? There must be fucking Men in Black excuse. I love it. Oh, I fucking love it.
It's a fairly common occurrence, especially near the Nevada test range.
So it's aliens.
Good. I get to show E.T. why he should have stayed his bitch ass home. What's that? A change of subject? We arrested Ryan Wedding. He's a former U.S. Olympian
Oh yeah.
snowboarder. He was working with the Sinaloa cartel, trafficked hundreds
Yeah.
of kilos of cocaine into the United States.
And I heard about this.
We caught him. We arrested him in Mexico, where he's been hiding for over a decade. I don't know if I can get my eyes any
Damn.
bigger.
Damn. From shredding powder to shipping it. Live by the snow, die by the snow.
True story. Right. Well, it's a good HLC as always.